Today, I'm going to be looking at the question of whether we are actually going to be getting an end-of-season live event for Chapter 2, Season 5, or if this will be one of these seasons that we don't actually see a live event, like a lot of big YouTubers have been speculating, such as CypherPK. He actually made a video today saying why we will not get a Season 5 live event, but there still is hope. I still have a few ideas. Now, disclaimer here, I am not a leaker, I am not HypeX, but I do have a few ideas as to what could be leading us into a live event, and I think there are still a few possibilities. So today, I'm going to be looking at all of those. Let's jump right into the video. Okay, so just to basically summarize this season's lore, there hasn't really been any. Fortnite this season has just been spamming crossover after crossover, starting off with the likes of Kratos and the Mandalorian, and then moving into more advanced things like the Predator, Terminator, bunch of different movie crossovers, and that's been the whole lore this season. It's just that we've been getting a ton of crossovers. These hunters have been trying to stop people from exiting the 0 point. So really, the only natural lead up, the only natural climax for the end of this season would be something to do with the 0 point. Either we see it explode and it does something crazy, because in game you can see it destabilizing right now. Apparently every 8 minutes or so it does like a little special like a whoop-de-whoop thing. I don't really know how to describe it, but it basically makes a lot of noise and looks like it is destabilizing. Now, just like live events that we've had in the past, there are typically lead-ups to these things. For a massive throwback, if you actually look at Season 3 into Season 4, we got the meteors falling from the sky in late game, and then those meteors were actually hyping up the Season 4 end of Season 3 live event, the rocket event, one of our very first live events in the game. Our first one ever, to be actually completely blatant with you. During that season, we didn't actually get that many teasers from Fortnite's Twitter. Recently, though, in past seasons, we've gotten a lot of hype from Fortnite's Twitter, gotten a bunch of like teaser images, teaser trailers, bunch of different stuff, but in those original seasons, we really didn't get anything. And so maybe, just maybe, Fortnite isn't actually hyping up the live event as much. Maybe they are just doing everything from in-game to get the player base a little bit confused about what's happening, and then hitting us with a quick right jab when we are not expecting it. Bit of a weird analogy there, but I think you guys know what I'm trying to say. Basically, my thought is that while we have not seen any concrete evidence of a live event happening, I think it is still very possible, since we are getting these special in-game events that are happening with the 0 point. Now, the counter side to this argument is that the 0 point is just deconstructing itself, and we will see what happens to it on day 1 of Season 6. We typically get an intro trailer for these seasons, so we might actually see what happens to the 0 point in this intro trailer, but I honestly would love to see an end-of-season live event. I mean, I think all of us can agree upon that. An end-of-season live event would be amazing, and I think it is in Fortnite's best interest to actually make this a thing. Imagine if they had every single one of the crossover skins be part of this live event somehow, like they're fighting against enemies coming out of the 0 point, or they're fighting against like an army of Jonesy clones that are trying to escape. I don't know, there are tons of different ways that this live event could go, and I think it would be awesome if Fortnite actually did something, and we cannot entirely rule it out. Yeah, I think that Fortnite will still do something. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I think that there will be an end of season live event, but that being said, I'm not a leaker. I am not somebody who looks at the code, who looks at the stuff, sees if Fortnite's actually put anything in game. So Cypher could be 100% right here that there's not going to be anything, but I'm still keeping my fingers crossed on theory 1. I know, that's only my first theory. That took a while. But our second theory is actually relating to the collection book. Yes, the thing that I love to make videos and guides helping you guys out on. Now, if you guys remember, 2 characters got added to the character part of this a while ago. Characters 43 and 44 were speculated to be the Valentine's Day characters, but they never came out during the Valentine's Day period. So that had a lot of people confused, including myself. There was tons of clickbait on YouTube trying to tell people that they had already come out, but they didn't. These characters are still not in the game. So maybe these two characters are actually going to be leading us into the live event. Maybe if you are actually at the live event, you will discover these two final characters. My guess, in all honesty, is that the first character is going to be Agent Jonesy. Now, he is obviously going to be the main man in the live event if this actually does happen. And then the second one is a little bit harder to tell, but I'm hoping that it is going to be something that is related to the 0 point. Maybe we'll see like a 0 point related figure, or maybe it will be one of the 7 that is actually in this live event. Again, this live event is not confirmed. It might not be happening. It probably won't be happening, but there is a small chance, I'd say 33% chance, that we will actually still get an end of season live event. Because as all of you guys know, these collection books actually reset at the end of every single season. So that means when we start season 6, this character dex will actually be completely wiped out, and you will need to rediscover every single person in it, just like what happens with the fishing dex. Now, this means that they are going to need to release these two characters before the end of season. But Fortnite's next update is going to be the end of season event. Now, if you guys see where I'm going with this, that means that there is going to be no official update in between now and the season release date. And that means that they will not have time to put these characters into the game for people to discover. So the question is, why would they add these into the character decks if they aren't ever going to be discoverable in season 5? Now, I think this is actually probably my best point out there about why we will be seeing a live event. I think that these two characters are going to be part of the live event because there has to be a way to discover them in season 5, or else there was literally no point for Fortnite to add them to the character decks. It just does not make sense. That being said, a lot of what Epic Games does not make sense as well, so I could be entirely wrong here. I know I've said that a ton, but all of my points could be right, all of my points could be wrong. We will find out in the coming days if we are going to be seeing a live event. It is typically around 2 days before the season release, so we might see it on something like March 13th, maybe the 14th, maybe the 12th, I don't know. It could be one of those days, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel, because if we get literally any news on this, you guys know that I am passionate about the lore of Fortnite. It's really fun to cover, and it's really fun to talk about, so if we actually get anything about this, I will make a video on it describing what is going on, what is happening, what might be happening, what might not be happening, and every single theory that is out there. So with all of that said, if you guys enjoyed the video or found it helpful, please consider leaving a like on it and subscribing to the channel, as that would help me out a ton. Thank you so much for watching the video. Consider popping in code GummyYoshi in the Fortnite item store if you are going to be buying the laser beam skin bundle, or any of the skin bundles. I mean, not just specifically that one. Alright, sorry, I digress. Thank you for watching the video. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next one.
Keep